West. Peace out. Let me know if you need some time in a round. We can just like stand still or whatever. Just make sure you're ready. Up.
Round 1. Fight.
Huh.
I'm just giving you a sound clip.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Nani?
I know
What
the issue was I didn't have the right.
So the game audio is coming through on the stream,
Okay,
but
it's not
it's very quiet. It sounds like maybe like got an attenuation going on.
Sound is working now, so Spooky Bird. Nani.
90.
You're good? Oh, you made it!
Yeah, actually, you know, that's not bad.
Let me. Wow, I did not mean to do that. That was.
Where's my flash kick? Where's my flash kick again? I'm definitely getting my flash kick that time.
No,
I
it's not
tried to
the
throw.
right one.
Don't let me win this.
Oh, watch me.
Okay, you ain't tired. I was just gonna jump. I love laser. What's up? Where's Oh, why did I blink on the name immediately? Seville.
Oh no.
Where's the Seven Master? Don't say something boring like he's at work. Oh, he's coming soon? Hell yeah. Dude, I need to figure out what's going on with like the Bay scene, the NorCal scene. I need to figure out what locals are going on. Oh fuck! I forgot you had the mic. You tried to command grab me, fucker.
I would never. I'm just.
You're playing for the first time today?
Nice.
Laser, I've never seen you play. Are you oof ouch? I feel like that's me. I don't know why. Oh, you are? So this time Seville gets to support you. Jump. Jump. Did back throw. Oh, I'm gonna jump. 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 Jump.
Oh, that's right. I can't throw anything because of this fucking pipe.
Jump. There you go. So yeah, Todd, the answer was there all along. Oh, they didn't hit you. It's supposed to. I could be dead. Oh, I'm fine.
You win.
I can't believe I've beat you with my Cody.
Thanks.
Oh, my Cody's trash. Although I don't think you take me very seriously, obviously. But
Round 1.
Dude, I'm just having a good time. Sevile's here! Blazer, I'm gonna root for you all tournament.
love Lucia. I'm not good enough to main her though.
Sevile's not calling me. What do you mean?
What?
That's
Don't
no,
lie
that's
to
a
me.
deep cut. That's a deep cut. Sorry. It's a very deep cut.
Yeah. What? I beat my ears off. Trapped. I have no idea what to do.
You were just so dumbfounded that I beat your EX off. I had mentally beaten you at that point.
Oh,
Oh, I answered too early.
hey.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's right. He's got to be like point blank to hit. I don't think it's frame drops. Client
Yes.
side.
Oh, there's some that are actually happening. Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm
No.
fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. No! I tried to jab you up.
How do I throw the rock? How do I...
Oh,
There we go.
there you go. Try to activate there, it didn't come out. Oh, you got baited so hard.
Maybe I wanted it to be over.
Surrendering. I didn't take you for that kind of player.
No. I just was really hoping you press something.
Like that's not the sniffles I raised from a Wii Gold player.
We gold.
I think that's what you were back in the day, right?
I honestly can't tell you for sure.
I think 2018 you were gold. I think I was also gold. But we've come so far. Look at us. I'm really like an ultra diamond, but I started grinding when I didn't have time to grind, so I just lost points instead.
I just like turn it on ranked for like an hour a day and I don't really worry about what happens.
Oh. I don't turn it on at all anymore, so nothing happens. I didn't figure out who I wanted to play. I'm gonna play her. I like Poison.
Let's see. Any last minute shows here?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think Wapo Kami was on there before.
No, Guapo Kami wasn't there before. They're a decent player.
Round one. Fight.
Ooh, nice throw. Alright. Okay, okay. Oh, fuck. I got fucked up. Oh, fuck. I'm still getting fucked up. My sun's going down. You're not stunning me. The horny jail outfit. Thanks for telling us. The only time that you'll see me be horny.
Nah, famously not horny.
No, chill out. Nobody's ever said that to me. That's why I think it's so funny. At least I'm not wearing the cop outfit where I go into a bikini suit. Oh, I missed. That almost never happens. I'm trying to remember how to play this right now. Okay, I remembered. Oh! I got fucked. You also got fucked, so I'm sorry. I made a decision as I got hit with that super that I was gonna wake up super.
Poison wins.
Mataoja, this is not that bad of a costume. You have to admit. Costume code on the police outfit? That's way worse. The police outfit in general is way worse. I'll put the hood back on. I think the hood looks dumb, but I'll put it on.
Round one. Fight.
Why did you throw there?
Oh, I've just been delay attacking the entire time. Sorry, I zoned out. Hold on. There we go. I got hit? What do you mean? Alright, I love that you gotta stop wake up EXDP. Please stop for my sake. Ah, too far. Yeah. Oh, apparently keep waking up EXDP. You've learned from Several. This is unfortunate. Stop. I swear, if you DP me one more time. I just think it's so funny.
I mean,
You'll learn one day.
Poison.
You'll learn it. You'll learn when to DP and when not to DP.
No, I like it. You got to keep doing it until they believe you will.
I believe they will for like all of the second game except one time. One time in the second game I didn't believe. Oh, Guapo Kami decided to try to mess up my day. We got one more though before we start the tournament.
Yeah, we'll have to start after this match.
Oh, but we hit 12 people. Manmanboz and Guapo Kami. We hit 12 people. Some casual. That was the other one.
Yeah, some casual.
Which means we'll see like top 5.
Guile. Come on.
Typically, West Coast only streams the top 1/3 of a bracket.
Oh, is that right?
Roughly. Why do I feel like Mika was one of your original names, but it wasn't? Because you played in the colony.
Yeah.
It was
Such
who was
a
the
bad
other one that played with us? It was what was her name? Mou's You're Doing. She played Mika.
I know that.
I just remembered a Mika and it wasn't you. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get me wrapped.
Oh, that's not the command. Hey, I told you I don't have any idea.
Of course, forward punch is the peak. Man, you just walked up and did it. Damn. Sometimes you think you know people. Oh fuck, you got reactions. Hold on a second. I gotta be careful. Hold on a second. Oh fuck, I'm gonna lose. You got a command grab character. Stay away from me. You no.
Oh, it was not prepared.
Stay away from me. I'm getting out of this corner. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I figured.
That is acceptable. Oh fuck, I'm in the blender. Oh, that hit!
I was hoping they had to jump to get me through.
I thought it would. I'm so sorry for you and your children. I don't even know if you have children.
Dude.
I'm sorry. Honestly, this is one of the longest that we've actually talked. You won't walk up and throw me. Oh fuck, I missed my flash kick. Oh fuck, I'm getting read like a book. Second time's the charm. You block low?
Oh yeah, well.
Oh fuck, I tried that NC jump to you again. No, I'm not letting that happen. You can fuck off. Oh! Ah! Ah! That was funny.
You win.
Never knew you had
Nice.
kids.
And that EX Peach look reliable, or what is it? No, sorry, it's not Peach. It's
Wingless
airplane. Wingless
Wingless.
airplane. There we go.
Yeah.
I can't remember the move name.
No, it actually is. The regular version, not so much, but the EX version, yes. Oh, fuck. What are you doing? What are you on right now? Are you drunk?
A Twitter meme recently that was going on something like Guilty Gear Strive players apparently refer to all their special moves by like the proper names, Japanese proper names. I was thinking to myself, like, I don't really know too many special move names here in Street Fighter, except for the ones that are like actually named, like Hadouken, you know? Obviously I know what the proper name for the Hadouken is. It's Hadouken.
Did you know that Guile's Flash game is actually called Somersault? Somersault?
Somersault kick.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Round 2. Fight.
I can't believe you did the monkey business special. The double dash forward round start into command grab.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Nice, nice.
It was a good slide that you did under the Sonic Blade.
You lose.
If we're trying to be off proper, that'd be skilled then.
Ooh, we got a 13th player. Jeez.
Ooh,
Yeah.
stacking up. We should
Looking number 13.
refreshing lemonade.
Refreshing lemonade.
Jinx, you owe me a beer.
Round 1.
I owe you nothing.
Fight.
Damn, you right?
Less than nothing.
I
Squat in the tea bag.
with
That's
that,
what's
that's
incoming
right.
next.
Jab is not an anti. Repeat after me. Oh fuck, you could have wingless there. Oh fuck, I'm stunned. Word.
Lucky for you, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Oh yeah, that button.
No! Stop remembering things. Hold on, I gotta speed up the pace of this match. I'm gonna hit. Yep.
Dick. Love that
2
checkmate.
steps ahead.
Round 2.
Don't act like that.
Hey. Hey. Hey, let me jump. Come on, bro.
No. Okay, I'll look at that.
Hey, don't do stuff.
I was gonna let you jump, but then you did that.
Let me delay tap.
I have a reputation though.
Final round. Fight.
Which is
My shitty Guile performance. Oh, it didn't look correct. Alright.
that's not what you want. Oh no, that's fine. Testing out your down input.
Yeah, you know, I just had to make sure it still works. Anyway, I'm gonna put the sick down. I don't have to play anymore the rest of the night because it's time for the tournament to start. Whew, you get hot in here right there.
Reputation truly upheld.
I think someone of those 13 actually dropped out, which is whatever.
Alright,
I guess I'll
Double
just do
checking.
top 4,
top 5.
top 5.
Yeah, that's right.
Seeding
Over
or
the
seed?
Exclamation point Chow, space seed, space 5.
Okay, that's what I thought. Gotcha.
I would know I made it.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so Mataoja first seed, Knuckleberry second seed, Manmanboz third seed, Stay Free TV fourth seed, Guapo Kami fifth seed. Congratulations. Wapokami's benefit. How to wait? Oh, some casual is stay free TV. Interesting.
Yeah. They won last week, actually.
Hold on. I gotta take off this button-up shirt that I unbuttoned and I'm just wearing still. Hashtag work.
Really, no one wants on stream round 1. Unless they're saying it in Twitch, but nope.
Just get Oof Ouch versus Frieza GG. They're on stream.
Okay, sounds great.
I'll add them and you invite them.
Alright. Oof, Ouch is a great name, by the way.
It's pretty good.
Blazer. They were just in here. There we go. I just typed it the first time. Frieza.
Walk around and find out.
Thank you, no.
Bracket finalized on challenge.
You make
Is
a
now.
fantastic point. I've started the tournament.
Word. All right.
What the heck?
So,
I think that's-
Oh,
Ouch.
are you seeing what
Frieza
I'm seeing?
GG. Jesus.
You're gonna learn today, Laser. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I'm Nogarimi, and today I am joined with our host, Sniffles,
Yo.
and Ragmuffin, the runner of the East Coast Round Robin on Mondays.
Howdy.
And we're streaming some West Coast Street Fighter V, and to start us off is fan favorite I Love Laser, aka Oof Ouch. I believe, I don't know the full relationship, but I believe some sort of significant other or deep relationship with Sevele. I've never gotten full confirmation, so I don't know if it's girlfriend or wife or whatever. Versus Frieza, longtime entrant for the West Coast. Been entering at least for like a year.
Round 1.
And has really improved, right? He started out as like a platinum player, now it's diamond.
Right. Well, definitely, in my opinion, a kind of a mismatch of experience in the ladies here. Sakura, still a young, up-and-coming adolescent. I don't know, just beyond adolescent age here in Street Fighter V. I made a point of bringing that up, but
Do we even know the
You know,
age of
Cammy's like Cammy's a
I
born
mean-
killer, you know,
I mean, veteran in terms of the Street
trained
Fighter
to
series, been
murder
around
fools
since-
since her
Yeah.
young days.
She's been around in the Street Fighter series since Street Fighter 2, so it's been like 30, almost 30 years. Sakura, however, didn't start showing up until the Alpha series in the later 90s, so getting up there, but in terms of canonical age, that was still like pretty young, 18, 19, I believe. Like just graduated working at an arcade, but Frieza is showing, you know, the experience that Kami has and the experience that they have with this character, getting the stun. Going for the fancy tumble spins, the super two.
Yeah, and Cammy definitely exposing a bit of the matchup knowledge gap here. You know, it's throwing to throw is almost never real, but it's real enough in the instance where you need it. Got the stun, like you say, fancy combos for the win.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of the things
Game
where people will tell you that rank doesn't mean anything, but in this case, the rank is equivalent to kind of their experience and the deeper understanding. Right, I said that Frieza had been playing at least in these tournaments for a year. So that's not only the tournament experience, but you see that they're diamond, which means that they've probably been grinding the game a lot. Oof Ouch is only a super bronze, but definitely has some interesting skills that you saw in the pre-tournament, where they're acclimated to dealing with delay pecking and shimmying. But what happens when your opponent's not going to do any of that when they don't give you the chance? But there's the bust out, getting some fireball game going. That can definitely work, but you have to be careful.
Okay, well, I could see that Ouch is trying to slow things down a little bit here, hoping that they'll maybe aim for an activation sequence soon, but maybe won't get the chance. Oh my goodness, Cammy damage always surprises.
Thought there was going to be a pixel left, but Oof Ouch eating the big damage there. now on match point is Frieza trying to take this and move on to round 2.
Or, yeah, round start DP, that's how I feel about this match too. It's definitely looking grim for Sakura here, but back to the wall, trying to fight back. Whoa, close to stun. Oh,
Trapped in the corner.
might
That
be
the length
stun.
of that
No.
DP saves from the stun, and you mash it again. Oof, ouch. Saying, oof, ow, your bones. But no, the mash on the super is going to clip the toes on that fireball. Frieza, good job on that reaction. Going to move forward in the tournament to fight against Knuckleberry Fist.
Cammy wins.
Yeah, I gotta admit, held my breath there for a hot second because, you know, the angle of the up fireball combined with Cammy and her airborne position made me wonder if there was going to be some kind of an interception there. No invincibility after the freeze frame, mind you, for the Cammy super. So it's
Yeah,
gotta be
once
clean.
she touches that wall, it's over for the invincibility. But
was not to be.
Definitely, it was not to be. I thought maybe
Found
that
its mark.
the up fireball doesn't have as much, you know, forward hurt box that it might save Oof out, but that was not the case. But let's go over who we have here today. We have Mataoja in the bracket, seed 1. We have Knuckleberry Fist, seed 2. Manmanboz, seed 3. Some Casual, aka Stay Free TV, seed 4. And rounding out our top 5 seeds, Guapo Kami coming in, you know, barely eking out that 5th place spot. Definitely a lot of good names. Mataoja tries to be here week after week after week after week, which is why you can see in the points he's at 7,910 in terms of points, and then Knuckleberry, our 2nd place seed for tonight's now all the way down at 1060. Definitely the mismatch. I mean, Mataoja, I think since February or March has been on a tear. There was a few people that gave him some problems, like Anthony, and then oh, why am I blanking? Haley was the big one that started giving a problem. So you can definitely see where, you know, there definitely needs to be some fierce competition in order for Mataoja to feel the heat. We'll see if he's able to do a clean sweep. As always, Matoha's goal is to try to clean sweep this tournament. So it'll be interesting to see if he can do it.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the ranking system here in Nogurumi. You mentioned the points going on, and that Knuckleberry is definitely the favorite one coming into this thing here. I assume that the points have been accumulated as per records from a particular date, maybe at the beginning of this year, or was there like a beginning of the season?
Definitely the beginning of this year. Although we do have the point master himself, Sniffles, that could step in to describe how he calculates the points.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I mean, it's basically...
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, you get a set amount of points just based on how many participants there are. The more people there are, the higher first place gets, and then you get, you know, as you get lower in places, you get a lower amount of points.
Yeah,
Right. So was there like a start date for the point acclimation process there?
Oh yeah, it starts at the beginning of the year.
I
You
gotcha.
just reset it
Nice.
each year, just to give it a clean slate.
Yeah, that's nice to kind of have a season reset there along with the year.
And Sniffles, how long have you been doing the points for the online local, also known as r/Street Fighter?
When did I start? It's either, I want to say 2019, like in the middle of that year, I started doing it just for fun. Because I'm a little number nerd like that.
And how long did it used to take you? I think you told me it took you like 30 minutes
Something like
for
that, yeah.
each event.
Yeah, because I was like manually like doing each name and whatnot. It was dumb. I was not working smart.
Yeah, that is a little crazy. You would manually go through each tournament and update the Google Sheet for it. But because of you, when I built WizardBot, I had this in mind, and so I was able to pull from Google Sheets in order to see tournaments. So it's all because of your work that this has continued so far.
I'm glad it's proven useful. It looks like we have a match we can put on here. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you're running the show. We got pretty much all of winners round 2 ready. So
Oh
pick one that
man,
looks good.
another match just showed up, so now I'm torn because we had some casual in Kerg, but we could get Critical Fart on here.
Dude, we gotta get critical fart. I've never seen critical fart in the tournament, so one of the things is always trying to get the new people on stream, give them some exposure. And with a name like Critical Fart, how can you deny them? It's such a good name.
Ping him for me.
Is it like a critical fail fart, or is it like a critical success fart, and your opponent is experiencing the critical fart? That is the question that we will have to see the answer to in the matches coming up with Manmanboz, who, by the way, only last year I think started playing, and I remember seeing this player just started grinding through the ranks. They should be like Ultra or Super Diamond at this point. Just playing that Urian, I believe, just grinding. I remember seeing them enter this tournament in the Wednesday night fights. And they just began, you know, they started out and like I saw them in silver and then gold and then they were in plat and then they were in diamond. I was like, what is this character growth? And all in the span of like 2 or 3 months, I'm like, that's crazy. So it's definitely interesting to see Manmanboz and the growth that they've had so far. So I wonder if they can bring that growth to this tournament, especially with the long, you know, comparatively to their time playing Street Fighter, to their competitive time playing Street Fighter 5. You know, I would be super interested to see, you know, how that mentality of always entering these tournaments, you know, has affected them, right? If they really get that tournament pressure, or if it's just nothing to them and this is just like playing online again. You know, it is online, but it's not quite ranked, right? You know what I mean? It's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to call round 2.
Yes, I didn't do that all yesterday, although I think we ended up, or last week, we ended up running all the games on stream anyways.
So yeah, but we're just waiting for Manmanboz to get in here. It looks like CRITICALFART is a Ken player. Interesting. Very interesting.
Rare Ken player.
Yeah. I don't quite know how the Ken versus Urian matchup goes. I know I've seen it before. I imagine Ken with, you know, his like 3 different jump arcs, if you count Jump Fierce as its own jump arc. Can definitely give Urian some trouble, but definitely not as much as like Cammy can. Like Cammy with her like 4 different jump arcs or 5 different jump arcs definitely cause a little more grief for Urian. And I think neutral is definitely more in favor of Urian, but Ken can definitely counterpoke really well and capitalize into some good damage, right? If there's like a whiff punish, stand fierce, and like medium Tatsu, you know, you're gonna get some good knockdown. You can push a little bit to the corner with a dash or 2. And then start your pressure up again. But you always have to watch out for that EX headbutt from Urian and from Manmanboz, although I don't think it's quite... From the last time that I seen Manmanboz, it wasn't quite there to the level of unpredictability that someone like UCIT, aka Ted, I'm trying to remember what he went to before, No Respect, kind of had, right? No Respect's aka Ted's kind of rhythm of how he EX headbutts is one of the best I feel out of a Urian's, and it's hard to find a Urian that does it quite the same. But how do you feel about this matchup, Ragmuff? Have you seen a much Ken Urian, or is this kind of like a new show for you here?
Well, you know, can't say that I've necessarily watched a lot of this matchup myself, but theory crafting it a little bit here. One thing I'm kind of focusing on is the fireball aspect of this here. You know, out of all the Shotos, Ken's plasma is just decidedly subpar. There's really no other way to put it. You know,
yeah,
compared to other Shotos that have less full screen fireballs, the frame data on Ken's Hadoken is really just not that good. So I'm concerned that, you know, Urian could potentially create a situation where they're able to, you know, make that full screen gap, start making the plasma work for them, and especially with the V skill 2 power-ups, it's, you know, could be a really oppressive situation. It really just makes the whole, you know, guessing situation in Urian's favor, or at least, you know, the onus is on them to get something done, because taking that kind of pressure full screen with the frame advantage on V skill 2 fireball, like, it's not a winning process. Yeah, and what does Ken have to do with, you know, full screen fireballs? Not a lot of projectile invincibility to work with. Dive kicks, maybe, with EX varieties.
I mean, even full screen, and I mean, they're not going to quite reach even like the mid to far range isn't going to quite beat the EX dive kick range. You want to be in that like mid-range-ish space, and then space, and then you can start bringing out that dive kick option, or the jump fierce option, or maybe like a jump roundhouse option, right? That variety of like the 3 different kind of major jump buttons for Ken that stay in front. Of course, if you're crossing him, you can always do jump medium. So that will definitely be interesting. We'll have to see how a fireball plays out if Manmanboz can ever get in here. I'm going to ping him again just so that we know.
I'm assuming he was in a ranked game, maybe.
Nope. I'm bad.
Manmanboz.
I may have had a few beers both at work and then when I got home.
I just assumed you were making an Alice in Chains reference.
I'm the
Should've done
man
Box
in the
Man
box.
That would have been better.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I was not trying to go for a reference there. I just kind of wanted.
I know. I'm just making.
Man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Trying to cover up my mistakes. It's really nice. Also, welcome to the ASMR stream. I'm one of your hosts, Noguremi.
I'm not committing to that. I'm sorry.
Oh damn! I thought I could get you.
I thought about it, but no.
Nah. All right. Fair enough. All right, but here's Manmanboz with the Urine. You see, level 71, really grinding this game out. Ultra Diamond. I'm pretty sure better than me at this game now. In just like a year span, that's what's really remarkable here about this growth. I've been playing this game for like 5 years, putting all this time in, 3,500 plus hours. And they're just grilling me.
Hey, the growth when you first start, that's the easy part.
I know. And they already zoomed past that. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how their gameplay unfolds here. I think the last time I saw them, they were like Diamond, I believe, maybe Super Diamond, like right on that edge of like 20K. So I'm definitely curious to see how Manmanboz has kind of involved their play. I haven't noticed that kind of pattern or trend where they kind of stand out from other Urians yet. So that's what I'm really going to be looking for here. Times where I can see where they're starting to shine on their own, because I feel like that's what sets you apart in Ultra Diamond in that master ranking as your own player.
All right. Well, it is the foretold matchup here. Urian versus Ken, and the V-skills even playing out as predicted as well. V-skill 2 for Urian, and the 1s for Ken.
Yeah, and honestly, starting out
with the plasma.
Starting out how you predicted with the plasma, and you can see that Manmanboz having ultimate control here, getting the shimmy with the stand roundhouse. That's kind of ridiculous. Getting the full combo. He's not going to kill, but one more touch. The combo.
Okay. Yeah, the drop combo
matter.
is maybe a little less ridiculous, but like you said, does not matter.
Gotta stop critically delay teching. Manmanboz just with the ultimate delay, like shimmy there, walking back in the crown triggers every time.
Okay. So, spending 1 bar there to try and get in past the fireballs. They are in. Not exactly a clean game here from our 2 players so far, but you know, seems like a
was definitely Manmanboz. There's a little bit of fight here, but there's some unoptimal play here at the critical part, right? Not confirming the crush kind of roundhouse properly earlier in the round, but gets the back throw into the corner off the activation. Let's see if they can make this work. Another kind of tick throw, walking in and out of this range again.
Yeah, ooh. Could have a little more there, but
on the end of that, but now getting caught, and there's the full critical art. You bet Manmanboz is spending it all.
I have to interject.
Yeah, the drop damage definitely coming back to haunt poor Ken there. But, you know, at the same time, showing off their own ferocity in the corner there for a little bit. They had not been able to find that situation, you know, in the corner, getting their pressure going. But the one time they had it, they made it look good, except for that tiny little bit of drop damage.
All right, but Simples, you wanted to interject here? What you got?
I just wanted to say that was sick.
Awesome. It definitely was sick. Let's see if Manmanboz can keep up the pace, getting some chip damage here with just heavy fireballs medium fireballs over and over and over again. Now pushing CRITICALFART to the corner, trying to punish the roundhouse too far away, but out of the corner now. CRITICALFART getting a big jump.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, getting this big damage here, keeping it meterless. And Ken, once again, has this corner position, making it look good. So close to stun.
The stun, can they get it? Yes! Manmanboz is a little bit slow to react in the air.
No, that's not the AAA that I was looking for. Oh, and low forward into activation. We've all seen this happen. Please, no comebacks.
giving yourself a little... Dude, I don't know what that jump instant dodge was supposed to be. Maybe the EX, but missed the button. But now we're just right back into their second Aegis is out. No challenge on it, but just sitting patiently. And Critical Fart finds that last hit with the low forward.
I like these V reversals. Definitely not greedy with the red bar there. Willing to spend it. Not thinking too much about activation, but instead just trying to get Urian off them for that instant.
Every time it gets to Aegis, I would always say V reversal unless you're going to get thrown for it. Absolutely you want to get out of that mix. But now, Critical Fart trying to contest with some of these fireballs and decides not to, giving Manmanboz this extra space, but taking him to the corner.
Yeah, doesn't quite have the timing there on the dash forward fierce, but here, they've got it. EX for the extra range. Ooh, had the touch but no conversion. Jabs out. And then Bonds.
Yo,
getting empty
cross
jump.
up, empty jump EXCP. Yo, but still contesting with this Aegis. Got clipped. It's not going to be enough to kill. Manmanboz needs to find this next situation on this next Aegis. Doesn't get it, and Critical Fart going to tie it up.
I like the timing on the button here from Critical Fart. Just want to point out that they're very knowledgeable that the second low forward into mirror there is definitely not a tight string. Taking their turn back with those buttons, finding the counter hit more often than not. EX bar spent. And that's 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers here. Both these players kind of swinging at each other. Maybe not the highest level of play, but definitely still interesting, right? And how they're going to unfold on each other here. Nice jump here to the corners. Critical Fart didn't believe in that DP. It wasn't quite close enough to the corner, but gets it this time. One more for the sun. What's it going to be? He's trying to find it. No back medium kick. There it is.
Yeah, 10 round if I've ever seen it here. No drops on the combos this time here. Keeping things tight, but Manmanboz find the opportunity to jab their way out. The back throw, oh my god,
And that
that's just enough
kill?
to kill.
I thought there was
Should've
a
back
pixel
thrown
left. Yeah, should have gotten put into a corner. That was Manmanboz's mistake. And now match point, kind of the reversal of how this match has felt during the first half of it, right? Critical Fart now kind of maintaining momentum, but Manmanboz trying to put an end to it.
Yeah, Critical Fart just kind of finding more opportunities to get in and stay in, especially with these air approaches uncontested by Manmanboz outside of that occasional back heavy kick. And again, in the corner here, Ken doing Ken stuff. Has to V reversal to no avail. Ooh, okay, I do like that.
The anti-air is always nice, but couldn't get the shimmy there. We've seen Critical Fart stop trying to get the throw baits, instead just going for like a delayed crouch light kick. Now, you know, activation on one side. Manmanboz, but the V reversal doesn't quite have his own V reversal, but gets the anti-air, but missed the meaty 1 pixel left. No super, so it's gonna be a chase. Is it enough? No, he's gonna need one more. Goes for the mix, stakes in front. Oh, got the shimmy. Not even. There was a counter hit involved, and now it's final round. Who's gonna win?
Yeah, Manmanboz maybe finding a little bit of their mojo back here. Ooh, especially with the jump in. Yeah, into the corner with you. Ken, back to the wall, staying in the corner. Courtesy of back heavy kick. Waking up with Tatsu. Goodness.
Something you never want is for your opponent to get the momentum of like a round start jump, like heavy punch or roundhouse, but Critical Fart has not thought too difficult about it. Missed the opportunity to get like a DP juggle for some more damage, but look at this corner that's going on right now. But the activation off the EX, missed the juggle, but that doesn't matter. You got some space now. Manmanboz, can you make it work for you?
Well, that second mirror not working out quite too well. Hey, anti-air Shoryu, first of the season, into the corner.
Pause,
Lots of pressure going on.
Oh,
Air
and the
to air.
trade! That's gonna
Enough to
do
close
it. I mean, am I sad for Manmanboz, the guy that I've seen in so many tournaments grind it out and get so much better? Absolutely. But can I lie and say that I'm not excited that a man with the name Critical Fart is continuing on the winner's side of the tournament? No.
And I'd really like to point out there that this was surprisingly clean play from a CFN entitled Critical Fart. You know, pretty neutral focused, except for, you know, an emphasis on jump-ins, I suppose, on their approach option. Still though, you know, who can say no to a good fat jump-in when they're given the opportunity?
Absolutely. I just want to confirm something here, Sniffles. Are we trying to get all of Winner's top 8 on stream, or is it kind of like a free-for-all?
How about we do winner semis? and see where losers is at from there.
Okay, so
Basically, we have matches at that point. We'll play them. If not, then we'll just keep it at top 4.
what do you mean by winners semis? Because technically, winners top 8 is winners semis.
Yes. So
Okay.
do both of winner semis, and we'll see if there are
I'm just
matches downstairs to play.
Yes, that is typically how this goes. I just wanted to confirm it since
Oh,
Kevin's not running it.
cool. That was like I wasn't sure how y'all did it, but that seemed like the most sensible thing to me in my head.
Excuse me. Ragamuffin, carry us as I keep typing.
Well, so we're getting into some casual versus Mataoja here. I'm gonna put a
Mataoja.
accented. No, it's Mataoja. I was exactly gonna say that it's gonna be my accented spin here. And another accented spin from some casual. Spinny spin spin. Rashid already getting Balrog into the corner. Oh my goodness. Been seeing a lot of this here. Fearsome Rashid. Crush counter, but no conversion. Still wakes up with buttons.
Yeah, I mean, Mataoja. Yeah, I mean, Rashid's always going to be the tough matchup, but Mataoja is a seasoned competitor. Was in one of the Olympic closed tournaments, right? Like, he made it through the Open. So he's definitely formidable on this West Coast. He's so casual taking it to him right now.
Oh my goodness, yeah, these dive kicks, so sassy. But like you said, you know, showing off that Olympic flair with the jumpsuit here. And, you know, the competition level is definitely of that caliber. So we're going to see it. But Rashid, again, just kind of getting away with the bloody Rashid murder that we all know and love. Love TM. Oh my goodness, love this back throw.
Yeah, missed the meaty throw, and so Mataoja would have teched it, but instead just gets the back throw for his advantage. But no, still the crush. It's not working out. Catching the backdash as well. Some casual is going to town. Oh, dude, what are you delay buttoning for? The instant air EX dive kick is going to give game 1 to some casual.
Yeah, and I can feel my own NACO levels rising all the way from the spectator side here. Just Rashid with his uncanny ability to turn any jump into a mix-up left-right 50-50 with the dive kick in front or the cross-up jump in the back. How can you react to it, man? Okay, nice, but clean punish here, keeping it meterless. V-skill as well for a little bit of extra red meter. Sorry. Tell me, what is it? Mataoja. Okay, Mataoja really making that work. Yes, Mataoja making it work for themselves, at least initially. Having to V-reversal out of this pressure now, though.
I mean, Rashid is definitely one of those annoying matches where no matter how much you hit him, he can always come back. And look at this, a life lead now in favor for some casual. Keeping this pressure high here in the corner, but nice jab check on the heavy tornado. Can you make this work for yourself, Mataoja? The gray life, no, it all gets taken away. Some casual now on match point.
Yeah, that fierce button looking fearsome, just swinging and finding its mark with the crush counter. Some casual at set point now, but I gotta say, Mataoja looking kind of like they're finding the adaptation that they need to. Can they make it happen in time, though, is the question. Hey,
always
okay.
the question. That's some good damage, but we've seen, again, every single time that some casuals coming back, but good punish on the high dive kick. But here's the activation, full critical art on deck, getting a little bit of a punish there on the cross through EX. My +0 on the EX enhanced, and oh, the EX!
And fundamentals comes to play here.
Final round.
Holding on down back for dear life, and actually, you know, calling out the EXDP at the critical moment there. A little bit of delay tech there from some casual, but not being punished. Uh-oh.
But nice jump over. This can be the critical situation here. Beating out the anti-air with the dive kick as well. Nice V-reverse, but no, we've seen that before, says some casual. I'm going to toss you for it. Hold this pressure. But nice EX
excellent
rush
jab check there.
Yeah, getting their own pressure going in. Clip out of the air. Nice recognition and getting the juggle too. Trying to keep this corner control and pressing after the -2 situation. +2 this time. Not even caring about these dive kicks. Just one more touch is all it's going to be. And he catches. Stop tossing your tornado.
Yeah. Love to see it.
Balrog wins.
I mean,
Such
you love to
villainy,
see it
not-
if you love to see it if you're Mataoja. If you're some casual, you're like, oh my
No,
goodness.
no. This is justice. This is definitely justice.
This is what
Rashid
Rashid
unable
deserve.
to escape with their ridiculous shenanigans. Mataoja showing off a clinic here and finding those good opportunities to press those buttons, especially with the lovely jab checks at really choice times, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of Matoha's favorite things to do is mash like wake up stand light kick into the rest of the target combo, but just getting these punishes every time. Stop!
Yeah,
Just stay
stop
down. One more for this one. This is where you don't want to be. That's it. Mataoja has found the groove, and now some casuals in some trouble. Now match point Mataoja.
Round 2. Fight.
Truly. Alright, well, at the same time though, Rashid's still dangerous, really just needs the opportunity to get a little bit of that 50-50 mix going. And also finding great opportunities to jab their own bit. Converted as well. Into the corner.
Yeah, you can see that. The corner control is super crucial here, and even managed to find a good situation. And it, when Mataoja was able to get out of the corner, just still finding that damage. But now, no! Mataoja looking a little bit rusty in some of these matchup situations. Let's see if he can keep it together here. But no, the big crush. Not enough to kill, just needs one more. Some casual going at it, just that last touch can almost chip out, but doesn't have to spin that meter. That is so good going into this final round. Going 3 bars against 1 in a third, almost a half.
Yeah, definitely a meter advantage for Rashid here. Last bit of bar spent there for Balrog on the EX dash straight. Got a little more now after having done some damage, but definitely looking for Rashid to cash out at some point here. Oh, could be now.
No, this is just going to be the beginning. The activation is going to seal that combo a lot, so not going to spend it here, but just 1 or 2 more touches could definitely be it. We haven't seen some casuals spend any of the meters so far this round, and that is just mean that they are looking to close it out with it. No activation, that's going to be pretty rough here, but Mataoja tying it up with the EX dash. Just 1 more touch is all they need. Going to target combo. When's this guest going to come? When's the command grab happening? There it is!
Happen on landing frames is the answer. And Balrog with the smackdown.
Laying
Give the
down
camera the
that.
smackdown as well.
A little bit scary,
2-1.
but this is top 8. There is still another match to happen. At least. But going up 2-1 is never a bad situation. Yes.
Fight.
I didn't know if Sniffles was respecting the West Coast Classic fall top 8. It's 3 out of 5.
I gotcha. Well, eager to see more matches between these two because some casuals definitely look to try and bring the pacing back in their favor. Dive kick's not quite working out with the spacing, but Whirlwinds ahoy.
Yeah, definitely pushing to the corner. Going to be +0 on those, tornado spinners. Not tornado. What do they call it? The DPs, the spinners. But here we go. Gripping and dipping 1 time. Ooh, couldn't grip and dip the 2nd time, but there it is. I was surprised there wasn't a heavier punish on that target combo. Medium, crouching is pretty minus nowadays. -8, I think.
Yeah, definitely punishable, but Rashid did not quite get the timing there. You know, pacing of the round was definitely getting to them, I think. That said, though, not over, although Mataoja has put themselves at an actual set point.
For real.
Oh.
Big crush.
Yeah, and maybe like the first time there.
Gonna give us the pressure on the corner just for this because that is such a good situation to have those plus frames on the dash punch, not having to get that charge, but no, gonna spend it immediately, not getting a lot from it. Some casual trying to use this V-trigger to the best of their ability.
Yeah, V-trigger gone now. Mataoja still working their way towards theirs.
The anti-EX! Uh-oh. Just one more touch. You can see Mataoja trying to find any situation that'll work. That's going to be a punish right there on the dash and mixer. That is not safe. Mataoja, the first person to make it into that winner's final situation, looking clean here. Did not get a clean tournament. Did drop a game to some casual, so I'm sure that's going to eat him up a little bit, but at least he'll win. It is better to win than to lose, even if you have to drop a game.
Well, you know, I think that after game one, it was definitely some critical cleanliness there. You know, cleaning up the sauce that Rashid was trying to lay down on our top 8 pizza. But, you know, some casual, though, still going to have an opportunity to work their way through loser bracket. This is a double elimination tournament after all.
Yeah, so their next match will be up against, if Challenge wants to cooperate with me, which it doesn't, their match 15. So their next match will be up against Manmanboz and Guapo Kami, so that'll certainly be interesting. I feel like Guapo Kami is also another Kent player, so we'll see if Manmanboz is able to, you know, redeem themselves in that matchup, losing, you know, 2-1 to CRITICALFART. So it'll be interesting to see. But now we got Frieza versus CRITICALFART. See if the Kami can do any better against this Ken here. You know, Kami is always going to be that super fast, maybe not the most damaging, but definitely one of the fastest walk speeds, controlling a lot of the space with, say, medium kick, crouch medium kick. As long as you can hit those confirms, find the special moments with like DP or like EX spiral error, you can make the most of these situations when the Ken gets too complacent in their situations, or maybe an EXDP if they get, you know, too overly aggressive. So it'll definitely be something that will be this back and forth between aggressive and defensive against, you know, Manmanboz and CRITICALFART. Both these characters having EXDPs.
Round 1.
Yeah, can't help but think that anti-airs is going to be the key here. Both of these two players, having been on stream before, showing off maybe a preference for the air approach. Oh, and like I just said it, Frieza already getting a crouch medium punch to keep Ken grounded, but a drop on the combo here, tragic.
Yeah, that can definitely be difficult to bash when you're going to be in the corner now, but right out with the low medium kick into the EX. I'm not sure if that was a confirm or just the belief that it would hit with a buffer, but we're looking good right now for Frieza, getting a couple of good damages, trying to maintain this corner situation, not kind of wanting to get away on these back medium punches have been so consistent for Frieza. Spinning it immediately, so maybe even get a second B trigger, but won't even need it this round.
Round 2.
Yeah, Frieza getting everything going there in the corner, cashing out with big B trigger combos, and then a little shimmy to close it out with the stand fierce.
Oh, really
my
good
goodness.
spacing on that EX, but right back at you with the EX DP. I don't care about your spacing, because I'm busting right through whatever you're doing.
Oh my goodness, wow, okay, and CRITICALFART really showing off their dirty side here. EXDP after the -4 situation, who'd have thunk. But Kami is out of the corner now, and got their pressure going. Whoa, okay, Ken just barely missing a walk forward throw, dangerous. Oh, and getting called out on a big saucy EXDP. Throwing down all of Peter.
I would have loved to see like a dash under to keep the corner, but spinning the critical art, you're going to sit back to mid-screen anyway. No punish there on the DP activation, unfortunately, for Frieza, but getting this big juggle here just needs one more touch either side. Who's going to take it?
Oh my goodness, anti-air EX Fireball.
No way! EX on the side. Oh, but caught him with the EX. It was just too fast for Frieza to react to.
Final round.
Alright, yeah. Ken using their only good plasma, EX Fireball, especially in the V-Trigger 1. Faster than their normal pathetic blue. So, oh my goodness, but the corner pressure already getting started for Kami.
Ooh, big crush, but not getting the juggle off of it, right? You can still dash with like heavy DP and get something off of it, but no punish on the target combo either.
Alright, a little bit of spaghetti from both sides here, but again, still getting the better of the screen situation. But Kami's in the health lead. Oh no, I shouldn't have jinxed it.
Commentator's curse coming in full effect, but here we go, throw, keeping the corner situation going, plus on that one, Frieza getting caught a little bit, but What's going to happen next? Has full critical, has V-Trigger going to activate here, getting away from the V-Trigger. If that dive kick came out, could have been a big punish, but instead just getting this throw. Has half a V-Trigger left. How many fireballs? Critical Fart waits for it, and now just blocks it out. Just needs to find this next situation for themselves now, but there it is. No, then it's cancel into the critical art.
Oh,
Nobody, neither one of them.
Cross under is gonna take that one there for Cammy. Yeah, I definitely think both were a little surprised by the situation, but you know, panic crouch medium punch will find its mark, and press twice into the confirm will make game one a Cammy victory here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to look good for Frieza here as they're, you know, continuing getting that pressure in, right? It is 3 out of 5, but as much pressure as you can put, right, to make your opponent feel like, oh, I have to win, I have to win, I have to win, that can really work against them sometimes in some situations where they're being overly aggressive.
Okay, well, Ken doing their best to lengthen this life advantage here. Oh, Cammy almost certainly looking for an opportunity to activate.
Yeah, but Frieza not getting overly aggressive with the activation chance. So you see a couple of times where maybe a Crouch Fierce is trying to come out, but overall still just poking with the same medium punches, Crouch medium punches, trying to find their space individually, but not working out after the activation. Critical Fart missing the B reversal though. This can be big. I don't like the EXCP at the end. You send them so far away. Critical Fart was able to kind of maintain some of that space when the dive kick.
Yeah, Ken punishing the season 5.5 nerfs there. You know, more frames on recovery with the dive kicks for Cammy. Oh my goodness, but Critical Fart doing their classic Critical Fart action. EXDP after the Zan heavy kick on block.
Absolutely here, keeping this corner pressure good with some good spacing too, right? Catching the recovery of stand medium kick with stand roundhouse is not an easy thing to do, but now we're just watching this kind of dynamic spacing coming out from Critical Fart, right? Finding the spacings where, you know, Frieza's going for crouch medium punches or stand medium kicks, and just outside of those, and there's 2 different ranges for those buttons, and now we get the big juggle. The EX connects. Shout out to St. Goal for that one, and Critical Fart ties it up 1 apiece.
Ken wins.
Yeah, like you said, big combos coming out of the special air crush counter situation. Critical Fart doing their best to capitalize on the damage, and it's 1 apiece now. Honestly, I think that the sauciness from both of these players has caused both of them to approach these latter rounds a little more respectfully. A lot more neutral spacing going on here so far, but we'll see how this one continues to play out. I still think that, you know, Cammy should feel pretty okay with the air approach, apart from getting jabbed out of their hooligan bits. Oh.
In the corner, and there's the activation. With the activation initially, Frieza could actually get a second in this round if they believed hard enough. With the EXDP in the corner too, that's going to be the real rough part here. Can they get out of the corner a second time? But finding out little by little with these normals. Dash under. Now just going to take a big crush here.
Yeah, Critical Fart getting called out on their Critical Fart shenanigans. Tried again 3 times on the EXDP after stand heavy kick on block, but no.
Ooh. Oh, no confirm on the low medium kick, and that's going to cost you your life. Critical Fart is now up the round in the set. Can they take it to a full 2-to-1 situation?
Okay. Ken dishing out all the damage with their last bit of the EX meter there. Still got them the round, so well worth. Frieza with all the meter here.
Yeah, but Critical Fart with this corner situation has proven to be so deadly, and Frieza hasn't quite been able to get out, but here's a good opportunity for them, but still 2 bars. Critical Fart can definitely start mashing some EXCPs that have pretty much hit every single time. You know, there's been like 2 or 3 notable exceptions, but they have been doing some devastation to how Frieza approaches this neutral and this pressure game.
Okay, so it's slowed down a fair bit here. Both of them having pushed it back to the mid-screen. And anti-air is going to keep Ken grounded, and the life advantage is in Cammy's favor, at least for now. Lots of resources to play with. Oh, but same thing for Ken. EX Fireball, activation, cashes out the other bar too.
not over till it's over. Nice delay. Tech couldn't get out of this situation, just looking for that one touch. Can they try to find the fireball? Didn't happen the second time. And now Frieza just needs one more touch. Don't throw a fireball, Critical Fart. Don't do it. Playing so careful right now. Any touch could be it, but no! You didn't even need to spin the critical.
You tried to tell him. You tried to tell him.
I tried. I thought it was going to be the critical art, but Frieza proving me wrong. Going to hold on to that meter, be a little bit stingy, but hopefully this can be a good round 3 situation for them so that they can go up 3-1 here. Excuse me, 2-1. Oh.
And big callouts again here, except this time on the regular Shoryu. Meterless. Corner situation established for Cammy, and just as well, got the shimmy, spending the cash now.
Spinning the cash now, but that just means it's all the more dangerous because the next hit will stun, the next hit will kill, but wake up, EXDP into the activation, no fear from Critical Fart, says I got nothing left to lose. The onus is on you, and the onus is going to follow through there for Frieza. He doesn't take it, he goes up 2-1. My brain is already ahead of the game here, but let's not be ahead of ourselves quite yet. It's only 2-1.
Yeah, the onus was for Cammy to crouch fierce Ken in the nuts on the, dash forward there. V-trigger activation. We all know how that story ends.
Round 1.
Oh, there was even more damage lined up too if there wasn't, Critical Fart dying there, but we'll see if Critical Fart has this, critical clutch play left in him, but a big jump. You can finally feel the phrase starting to show here for the Fart. The smell is starting to dissipate. It's no longer affecting Frieza just as much.
Yeah, Frieza found his, forbidden Dragon Ball Z hold breath technique. Fart's no longer effective, it seems. But
listen, Frieza doesn't have to breathe in space, as we all know. That's why he blows up the planet. No confirm on the stand, fears on the shimmy shim, but it doesn't matter. Look at that, just the oppression session. That's a yipes one right there. Now we're going back and forth. It is match point for Frieza. Is he going to be able to get it?
I gotta say, Critical Fart needs an answer for the air approaches. Completely unanswered. All of these dive kicks and jump kicks, all these jump fierces. Look at this. 3+ frames for days, my friend.
Ooh, nice punish on the whip target combo, but doesn't matter much in the end. Nice anti-air, stays in front, got the shimmy shim again, didn't get the confirm, didn't get it the second time, didn't even believe in it that time. Even though Frieza a little bit off from that, but Critical Fart going to take full advantage, taking his corner.
Okay, that said, like you said before, it's not over till it's over.
Ooh. I don't like that. Put yourself in a corner. Frieza can be in a difficult situation. There's still a bar on Critical Fart's side. When's this EXDP coming?
Ooh, low forward instead, but wake up with buttons. Ooh.
I can't believe he did it.
Cammy wins.
Sometimes it's good to check. Just gotta check. Is this real? Turns out answer was no. Found that counter hit combo and sealed the deal.
Yeah, Critical Fart started saying, is this real life or is it just fantasy? And Frieza said, no, it's real life. 3-1, I'm taking it.
Hey. It definitely sounds like a Frieza quote.
I'm not Frieza at all, so there's no way that was a Frieza quote. But that does mean that we're going to get Mataoja versus Frieza for our winners finals, if that's where we're going to go. But down in loser, we still have some casual versus Manmanboz. And Kurt that's now going to fight Critical Fart. So we'll see, how Sniffles one takes it, if we're going to continue in winners or if we're going to go down into losers.
Okay. Well, some casual and Man haven't even started yet. So should we just go ahead and get that?
That is up to you, sir. You are running the tournament. You're inviting people.
We'll get it then.
I'll commentate anything that's in front of me. Yeah, but we're gonna drop down into losers again. We saw some casual on earlier fighting up against Mataoja. It looked kind of solid for the first game and a half, and then Mataoja really caught on to that stride of some casual and really made him pay for it. Caps Locks did kill you a little bit. Manmanboz we saw against Critical Fart had a couple of good situations. Had a good round excuse me, 2 rounds that kind of worked for them, but then, you know, CRITICALFART really had the adaptation and how, you know, Manmanboz was really punishing the latex and always looking for these latex, and there's no counter adaptation for that. When, you know, CRITICALFART stopped teching entirely, there was no throws to kind of back up the play for it. That's kind of like the rake mentality of like, oh, my opponent has been trained to tech every single time, and they will always tech every single time because they are afraid, because this is a ranked match, but this is a tournament match and people are play a little bit differently. So we'll see how much differently both of these players play from their last matches into this one, as they are up against different people. We got Manmanboz going to be running that Urian. Some casual, I don't quite know. I know Rashid's kind of the main there, but Shrock and that Chun-Li has like a couple of other characters that I believe some casuals have been playing for, I think, 4 or 5 years now, right? Has been around since relatively close to the start of Street Fighter V. So as we get into it, let's see who's gonna play. I feel like I stopped talking. You were in the middle of drinking something. That is
no. Sorry, I was admiring the Manmanboz's run here through the losers bracket. They've definitely put in just a little bit of work, you know, having taken out Guapo Kami to make it here. Some casual though. It's definitely a good and fearsome opponent though. You know, that Rashid shenanigan. Ooh, it's spicy. You know. Yeah, gotta have a lot of knowledge in order to brush off all of that particular capsaicin. Otherwise, you're gonna be running for the fridge. Gotta get that milk, you know.
And it's definitely one of the things where Urian can struggle against sidekick characters. You watch at some of the harder matchups for him, which are Cammy and you know, Armika, right? Characters that have these different jump arcs that work for them here. Granted, Mika's a little bit of a special case, right? It only has really 2 jump arcs, but really are so diverse in how that jump arc works. It's difficult, and Rashid can be in a similar kind of manner here. You know, I haven't heard Urians complain about it, but there's definitely some what I'll say BS with that jump fierce, hitting in front but landing behind. Even though some casual didn't get a full conversion from it, you can still be super frustrating.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, Urian doing their best to hold all of this business in the corner. Actually managing to get away from a lot of it, mostly unscathed, but some casual still has a little bit of that left. And cashes it out. Cashes it out.
You can see it too, right? With the back dashes and back jump, was kind of like trying to get Manmanboz to throw that enhanced fireball, and as soon as it happened, right through with the EX. I'm not sure quite what's happening, if this is happening on their end as well, or if it's just a little bit of a stutter on the spectating view. Hopefully just the latter, because I would really like to see what's happening in this match. We saw kind of how some casuals able to dominate the neutral with the light spinning mixer at the beginning of the round to kind of control that spacing. We saw it doesn't look like they got dropped. It looked like I was just spectating, so that is at least a benefit. You know, that light mixer kind of throwing off some of the close fireball game, and then activation into the EX mixer throwing off the far range kind of fireball game. It can be very difficult as you're in finding out where can I actually throw fireballs in this matchup, because if I'm outside of a specific range, you know, or excuse me, if Urian's outside of a specific range, it's difficult for them to contest all of Rashid's options, right? Whether it's the jump or the jump dive kick or the roll or the dash. You know, there's a lot of things that Rashid can do, which is what makes them so difficult to fight.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was going to personally interject there and say that I think your answer to the question of when to throw fireballs in the versus Rashid matchup is just a flat, solid no. Just the options are too numerous and dangerous for Rashid. Any one of those given, you know, above bits you said with the dive kicks and the jumps and the roll, get tagged by one of those on reaction to, you know, some plasma coming out of your hands into the corner with you, and maybe your life just flashes before your eyes. That's how many stories end for innumerous noble warriors at the hands of villainous Rashid players worldwide.
Listen, you gotta be careful talking about villainous Rashid players, because one of my great friends and co-developer of Lizard Bot is Lizard Man. And yes, this is all just
the
a
most
promo.
Villainous of them all. And I tell you, kids, Nogurumi is maybe speaking from a different direction, but I'll tell you,
I have made a deal with
if you look into the mirror and you say the words Dirty Rashid, Dirty Rashid, Dirty Rashid 3 times. Maybe Dirty Rashid just comes for you. Shows up
Maybe
behind you.
Lizardman appears behind you.
EX Mixer. You try and block, and then they start jumping off your mirror and hit you in the back of the head with some dirty cross-up mix-up bullshit. It's really insane.
Man, I can't believe Lizardman appears behind me when I say Dirty Rashid 3 times in a mirror and click my heels. Man, that's wild. But I really bought up Lizardman just so I can bring up Lizardbot, one of the best Discord bots that help you run a challenge tournament this side of the Mississippi. Oh, really, both sides of the Mississippi. Who am I to say? I'm biased. There's nowhere else that I was going with that, so please.
Yeah, having not been spent too much time on the other side of the Mississippi, I'm definitely biased.
Towards Lizardbot, I agree. Thank you. We're having fun here. It looks like spectating's a little bit busted right now. We'll hopefully get to come back eventually after this first game.
Fingers crossed that as soon as game 1 ends, then it'll allow us to get back to viewing what's going on here in the match.
I'm pretty sure we're stuck here unless they go back to lobby.
Nice. All right, well, in that case, we'll just
see my message.
We'll fill the time, and
I am no stranger to vamping.
Chill for the shout-outs. Got anything going on lately, No Grammy? You're always a busy guy with the organizations and the whatnots.
Well, right now I'm really busy with work, so there's not too much that I can talk about on that front. But one of the things I want to talk about with you is I 2.5 years ago passed on the mantle of the round robin tournament, and I never feel like that's a permanent position for anybody. So I'm always curious, and I always like checking in on you to see how you're dealing with that. How much, I felt like you really hit your stride about a year ago with that. You know, it was in the middle of the pandemic, but I felt like you really started promoting more and giving larger shout outs to the players and that kind of stuff. And I felt like you hit your stride there. Do you feel kind of similar to that, or do you feel like there's still more that you can do?
Oh, there's always definitely more that everyone can do. So, I'm definitely not going to say that it's a 100% product that the round robin is, but, the round robin is a product. So if you want to come by and see a bit of that product, feel free on Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on Eastern time zone there.
Yeah.
Yep.
One thing I do want to shout out, if you are for some reason European and watching this tournament, you're like, man, I would love for there to be a European tournament that happens, because there used to be one and there's no longer one. Step up and decide to run a tournament. Really, we're not strangers to it. You can message in our Discord if you can find a link to it. If I'm not sure if Sniffle says !Discord, he doesn't, because it'd be crazy if everything worked perfectly. It's fine. I'm just going to go to Kamikaze stream, and I'm just going to keep vamping here as I keep talking, but we would love to have new people come through and help and run new tournaments. Again, we're not opposed, right? Kevin started running the PC Strive tournament, and so he couldn't run the Street Fighter tournament quite to his standards, and now Sniffles is here, so there's always room in the online local to enter into a position and really make that your own and to find where you want to belong. And so it could be, hey, I want to run an EU double elimination tournament, and then you find out, I want to run a round robin tournament.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interject.
The tournament, not the tournament, that people drop their connections finally so that we can spectate.
Yeah, I just got excited.
I guess
okay. Well,
I
guess the real answer is that the first of 3 must have gone in some casual's favor there.
We will find how that score gets reported in a little bit. I believe we should probably head on up to the winners out of the bracket, to Mataoja and Frieza. Mataoja always watching the stream, already ready to save us from any sort of downtime that we have. I love the man for this. Absolutely one of the best at watching the stream and knowing how things are flowing and when he needs to appear on stream. It really just speaks to the professionalism here. maybe grinding a rank match here and there, but I've always known Mataoja to be one of the best, so big shout outs. Definitely give him a follow at Mataoja on Twitter. Definitely one of the best SoCal players, definitely one of the best boxer players. Much love to the player, much love to Mataoja.
Looks like that was a 3-0 for some casual.
All right.
That doesn't really surprise me. Again, Rashid, like when you think about Urian's bad matchups, right? Characters with dive kicks, characters with a lot of quick options that keep Urian guessing and unable to kind of play neutral confidently. Those are the characters that give him trouble. And so you think about the two worst ones, Armika and Cammy. Armika being very difficult to play against on defense and dealing with the different jump arcs, you know, the very dynamic jump arcs. And Cammy in very much the same way, controlling a lot of the ground game and then also having air options. Very difficult for Uri and Rashid in a very much similar vein. But now we're going to see how Mataoja can deal with the Cammy matchup. Right? Definitely a character, you know, Balrog, not the character that has the best of anti-airs, no DP, just has to rely on, you know, stand medium punch for a lot of those options. Against, you know, Kane, one of the best in the biz at changing the jump arc, having these different angles that you have to cover.
Okay, well, a swift backdash away there from Mataoja away from the plus frames, but a single dive kick finding its mark, a second one as well. Still a lot of health deficit to make up here. Target combo, activation. Mataoja looking big and strong with their resources on hand.
Bold challenge, but a drop or a misconfirmation there from Frieza that's going to cost them around. Mataoja already going up.
Yep, not being greedy with their EX bar, cashing it out for the last bit to kill. Mataoja punishing stray missed combos and into the corner with Cammy. Oh, wow.
Missed the throw. That's going to be unfortunate. Nice shimmy sham there as well into the critical art. That's going to tie up the life lead. But you have to be concerned with Mataoja sitting on that, you know, bar, almost 2 bars. That can be very difficult. 2-bar V-trigger as well. Can Frieza find his activation points for himself?
Yeah, notable that Cammy does lose the corner situation after cashing out on their CA there, despite getting Oki. It is back to the mid-screen.
Oh my goodness, that V-shift with the extra recovery frames is definitely going to be plenty of time for Mataoja with the optimal combo, the Crouch Fierce combo, to really send that message. Do not get predictable.
Excellent timing there with the V-shift parry. We also saw the flash and the freeze frame. Mataoja as well. Crouch Fierce for the ender.
I can't believe they still found a way in this game to give Ryu another parry. That's my only comment on that. But anyway, we're back into the match here. Mataoja, you know, got pushed to the corner a little bit early, but not flustered at all. Just finding his footing the moment afterward. A little bit of whiffing, but not even afraid. Checking the dash up.
Okay. Mataoja once again establishing their life lead, and Frieza kept grounded. Mataoja pressing the buttons, not at all dissuaded. Here we go though, a little bit of plus frames to, oh my god, never mind. Like I said, thinking Frieza's thoughts out loud there, just wanted the plus frames, just wanted to get in, but Mataoja feeling excellent and confident with that there V-shift. God bless you, Season 5.
Absolutely. Even the delay on the medium punch, finding these hits, crouch counter, opting to get the charge instead, and just look at this, the stun! Not quite getting, no, he's definitely getting the perfect, what am I talking about?
Cleaned up Mataoja, just absolutely looking dominant there. Saw the big man stand outside of Cammy's range there and just confidently wait for her to whiff a button and lap there right on the nose with Stand Fierce. Couldn't have been easier for the stun.
And that's a good stun starter too, right? Maybe not like the throw optimal level, but hitting your heavy button to stun a person is also going to be pretty good. There are a lot of damage, usually 90 to 100 damage unscaled, right into the stun combo. Didn't even have to spin the second bar. Mataoja already pushed it to the corner, not even getting a lot of damage for it either. Just being dominant in this neutral.
I do appreciate this little adaptation coming out of Frieza, though. Got some whiff punishes in the neutral.
I could not believe that ESCP, but nice anti-air finally not getting traded on. And Frieza finally looked like a solid life lift for like the first time in this set. Mataoja not gonna let it last for long with these ES dash buttons that are shaving his health off. Gonna get the activation soon, I'm sure. Gonna go for target combo. Oh, a little bit out of range. Now Frieza can still make this work for them, but too high up on the dive kick. Oh no!
Ooh, tagged for the closer there. Mataoja gonna put themselves at set point. Close to the 3-0, but Frieza is trying to fight back. Oh my goodness, fighting back but getting tagged. Getting tagged and into the corner.
You're fighting back, but is it too little too late? Like, you try to make these adjustments to how your opponent is playing, but if you do them so incrementally, Mataoja is absolutely going to catch on to each one individually as you're trying to implement in the fight how he's playing against you. And it's going to be a pain in the butt, but here we go. The shimmy sham gonna work out well. Just needs a few more touches here. Toss him one time, full critical art. One more touch, can't get it. Find it somewhere. These counter hits not working out. The dive kick was missed, and now Mataoja has the opportunity to activate here, and this is where it can all go downhill.
Okay, health advantage still here for Frieza. Even the trades are good, but evened up. Activation?
No, he walked out of the throw, but here's the activation from Frieza. Try to jump air throw, but counter activation from Mataoja and just pressing on the plus. That's going to be it for Frieza, and I say that's going to be it because that is their winner's run. They are, of course, still down in loser, still have that opportunity, but we should be seeing our loser semis happen here. We got some casual on one side. We're waiting for the winner of Critical Fart versus Kerg. You know, that Kin versus whoever Kerg is playing nowadays. It's been a long time, and my brain has forgotten. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to have Kerg on the stream here yet, but all the other names so far. It was an exciting one for sure. The Cammy versus Balrog match we all just saw. Bit of, you know, one-sided numbers result there, but I do think that Cammy was doing their best to fight back. But Balrog looking very well, I'll just say it, looking dominant. You know, they had
solid.
all the spacing knowledge there, and
very solid, very
dive kicks.
Yeah, Mataoja very well spaced and very good at adapting, because you saw a couple of times Frieza was able to get a decent life lead with some decent pressure, but you could see Mataoja didn't crack under that pressure, was able to find his foothold in these rounds and make that comeback start happening, right? Was able to make the defense work out for him, and once he found out, like, oh, Frieza's on defense, I know exactly where to poke these holes in to get this damage, to get this round stolen in my favor. That is exactly what he did in every situation.
Yeah, that said, though, you know, Frieza, I definitely admire their tenacity to try and continue to make their best tool work for them. There was some scary looking answers that Mataoja had for dive kicks of different varieties and earlier games there, but Frieza still managed to find an opportunity to slow it down and bring out a couple more dive kicks to work for them in the later rounds, despite, again, having been shown such strong options in the initial bits there. Alright, and once again, still looking to get some casual and Kerg into this lobby here. Hopefully they haven't started without us. Some casual, been rocking that Rashid all day and all night. Kerg, repping Balrog here for the moment. Okay.
All right. So
into the match now.
Boxer against what should probably be Rashid again, unless, you know, some casuals really trying to get some disrespect going. That'll definitely be an interesting kind of situation. You know,
More disrespectful than Rashid.
What's more disrespectful than Rashid? Playing your sub that's not Rashid.
Oh, gotcha.
So that could definitely be kind of a major thing. But we just got the big old raid here. Sorry, I have to mute this real quick. We got the big old raid from Kevin or Hell. They just finished up their Guilty Gear stream. Big congratulations. I don't know who won that, so go ahead and chat. Let me know who won. We got the raid of 37 people here. We are hitting loser semifinals right now with KergWC versus Some Casual, aka Stay Free TV, as we are going into it right now.
Yeah, big invasion there from the Guilty Gear scene. Well, I guess Rashid is kind of, you know, maybe he wouldn't be too far out of place from the Guilty Gear game, especially with some V skill too. Maybe yet to get that air action going. No V skill 2 here though.
No V skill 2, all V skill 1, and it is working out great. Got the confirmation on the crush there, and you can see just how much the skill kind of differentiates here between Some Casual and Kerg right now. I mean, look at this health differential and just kind of the spacing, right? These staying roundhouses looking pretty excellently spaced here. But now the slowdown, right? Some Casual doesn't have to overcommit here, and Kerg, you know, sitting close free. There's not a lot Boxer can do. Not even sure what they tried to do on that tornado. Maybe a little roll through, but Rashid coming in, pushing right back into that tornado.
Okay, well, into the corner with Balrog here. Although Rashid kindly backing up to the mid screen. Sweep in response. It's still looking all Rashid here though. A lot of whirlwind pressure. Meter to play with as well. Ooh, nice buttons though. A lot of health deficit for Balrog to work, or to make up though.
Yeah, and it's been working little by little, but all it takes is just one situation. I'm surprised there wasn't a combo into Critical Heart there, but that is just speaking to the confidence that Some Casual here has as they back up the mid screen, right? Really forcing Kerg into these bad situations, trying to find a V reversal situation where Kerg can, you know, spin some of this V trigger, but none of it's happening. But here we go, activation, now you're getting chipped out immediately. Does not care afterwards. You literally just mashed.
Yeah, no chance there as soon as the V trigger was activated.
Yeah, Rashid is definitely one of those V triggers that you can steer, supers that you can steer left and right. So as soon as you activate, mash that critical or hold towards your opponent. They kind of have to back jump. I think a back jump from Kerg there might have gotten out of that situation fast enough, but it is difficult to tell. Backdash wouldn't have gone far enough.
Okay, well, Balrog doing their best to get some of this pacing in their favor, but so far it still looks to be all Rashid all day, especially with these sassy minus frames into the EXDPs. Goodness, stating so.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Weezer ain't gonna save you. That's not that. Is that a Weezer song? Stating so. Oh well, it doesn't matter what it is right now, but Kerg gonna mash it out. Couldn't activate V-trigger on that overhead, but gonna get it on the second time, trying to go coast to coast, but Some Casual not even flinching, just blocking everything and baited the anti-air. What a god right now.
Yeah, definitely very tricky there on the air situation. Kerg thought that they had the anti-air with the crouched medium punch. Was not the case. Back into the corner. Familiar story. Oh, but a whiff punish.
Finally, that roundhouse being misspaced, but not for long. Here's the activation. And you can see it only takes like one crush counter and then a fourth of the life bar, and Some Casual has V-trigger like every round at almost no life deficit, right?
Yeah, V-trigger at 80% health is pretty good, turns out. Kerg trying to find an opportunity to use their own, but they're down at 25-30% now, even less after getting tagged.
Yeah, gonna use it wherever, and that just means Some Casual can put pretty safe here, but got clipped in the toes. Look at that damage, that red stack up, and he still has the I forgot the word, the gall to wake up with the short, but here we go, the roundhouse into activation, into the critical art, and that is a clean already 2-0, but this is losers semis finals. It is a top 8 match, somewhere in there, top 4 match even, and that is going to be 3 out of 5. We still have at least one more game to play, one more chance for Kerg to have this breakout moment, to prove that some casuals not as hot as they think they are. Can they do it, Ragnar? Let me know.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, it's looking grim for Kerg here, but we're going back to the character select. Kerg trying to find some time to chew and think about it here. I still think that they were on to something there in the game too. You know, the life situation was obviously much closer than we had seen in previous rounds, previous game. Taking these 30 seconds here, I hope that I actually hope that they'll stick with their current game plan and just continue to tighten it up. That would be my personal choice here, but I'm gonna leave it to the Balrog Master. Kerg, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I think there has to be a little bit of change on the defensive situations. You got to figure out kind of how, you know, some casuals attacking you and find opportunities to not take as much damage and to mitigate that, while at the same time maximizing your offense. But I feel like Kerg has done a fine job maximizing the offense. Every opportunity that Kerg has had to get damage, Kerg has done a fine job at getting damage. But it's the rest of it that's kind of scary.
Nice optimal punishes there on the dive kicks. And actually, we've noticed that they've switched to V skill 2, going away from the V skill 1.
Yeah, notice that some casuals are throwing a lot of fireballs, but you can see some casual kind of is working on this kind of indecision matrix against Kerg, where, you know, there was early jump dive kicks, a lot of jump dive kicks earlier, and then there was a lot of regular jumps, and now there's back to dive kicks, and now we're back to regular jumps, and now Kerg can't quite anti-air as cleanly in every situation. It's causing a lot of trouble, a lot of damage to add up, but here we go, gonna get the low rush out, but no, it's not gonna save him. Now you're trying to desperately activate V-Trigger. Here it is, the activation. This can definitely be enough, and no, drop the combo. No, the anti-air still works though. Kerg keeping it clutch.
Round 2.
And keeping it alive here. 1 round on the board. I think it's their first round even. Showing some casual that they've got the answers and they're trying to just play solid. I admire it.
A nice punish, -4 on those dash punches. And getting close to the corner now. But some casual not letting it quite get away from him. Mix some regular jumps in and dive kicks. Gonna let him maintain his point control, baiting the throw, tying up his life, and tossing him, taking the control -2 though. Kerg checking.
6. We all heard it.
It's still -2. They don't give anything to Boxer on those tap punches. It doesn't matter how much you charge it up. Oh, I could see the delay tech happening, and it worked out so well for some casual trying to take this this final game. Remember, the scores are reversed. Some casual is up 2 games already.
Lots of meter for both of these two here. The corner situation has already been established for Rashid. 1 EX bar means the plus frames are super real. And here we go. More of the shenanigans, more of the EX bar. Damage, all day long.
Shenanigans beget shenanigans, and that is exactly how some casuals playing this going to go for the ultimate. Too far on that backdash, getting a little bit too full of himself. Some casuals definitely really good at most of those Rashid mixes, Rashid optimal combos for this. I'm surprised there was the misspace in the corner, but not going to deter some casual for long, but getting a little greedy on closing this out. Doesn't know when to approach, doesn't know when to hold it, getting clipped a couple of times from Kerg.
I'd love to see him just super in the face.
I'm waiting for it, to be honest. Oh. No, the jab into low forward. It's definitely going to catch some casual. Gonna catch Kerg trying to push a button to butt out. That we've seen a couple of times where that's been misspaced. And some, Kerg has tried to like press out, but some casual this time on the wall dive, I think it was definitely still close enough to get all of those jabs in, and the tap not going to have that low profile quite that he was hoping for. But Mataoja calling him out, saying that there was a tap into a CA that was kind of coming through there, but it didn't work out, and that unfortunately means Kerg is out Furza's back in. Excuse me, Frieza, however you want to say his name. FRZA_GG's got to get back in here. Some casuals gonna get back in here. We got losers finals coming up here, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between to figure out who is going to fight up against Mataoja in winner's side of grand finals. The unbeatable monster of a boxer player that is willing to be stubborn but yet adaptable in every situation. How do you fight him? Nobody has quite figured it out so far this season, ever since February, ever since there was the 5.5 patch just about. Nobody's been able to figure it out. We will have the chance here. There's Frieza, there is some casual. One of them will get the chance to try to figure it out. Let us see who it will be between the two of these. Cammy, probably versus Rashid, although there could be some disrespect that's coming through here. Ragmup, do you think it's going to be the Rashid before we can see the characters?
Oh, most certainly. Gonna put my money on it even before we see it. Always the Rashid.
Absolutely.
Some casual has not shown off any characters in the tournaments I've seen here since well, for a long time now here. So honestly, I guess it was kind of the safe choice. Frieza looking to try and put their own dent into the airman costume. Oh, but wow, yeah, these conversions from the distance into the eagle spikes is working out so well for some casual.
It is really just the spacing traps on some of these, right? Like you can see, like, oh, I'm gonna do fierce into a tornado, and if you push any button, I can fierce and then punish you for it. So I'm just going to push fierce, and if I see it hit, my buffer will come out, and I will be godlike.
Yep, it's definitely a big old swing there on the fierce into the buffers. Frieza getting a nice little combo, but some casual bravely waking up with the jab. Lots of medium for Sheed, but Frieza does have a little bit of a life advantage, especially now after the throw.
Oh, and there's just... it's not like raw aggression of some casual, but I mean, there's moments where it's very raw and very real, but a lot of times it's just that little weight that some casual does in a lot of situations that mess up his opponents where they think they can do something. And the big fierce comes out, you get crush countered because you try to poke a stand medium kick, and all of a sudden you're stunned off of the next situation and you're losing a game. You have to make sure that that is not happening to you, but every time you try to do it, you're like, should I push a button immediately? Crush counter. Should I wait to push a button? Crush counter. How do I read this person who's always in my mind?
Yeah, fighting games being a two-player competitive bit, it's you know, a lot of it is kind of just being able to exert your will in the game plan. And if you wanted to summarize what's happening here, Rashid is just doing whatever they want. And they're making things happen, and Cammy is happy to hold. It is definitely not as though Cammy is getting her way at all.
At the corner at least, but not plus getting checked afterwards as well. Some casual just knows each of these situations so well, but not getting punished as Frieza on that roll. You know, just a little bit with the crouch medium pump, but you want to get that knocked and you want to have your own pressure here. But here we go, the activation. This is where the party can get started for some casual. Ooh, that was a gassed EXDP into the meaty situation. I'm not sure what Frieza was trying to do there, but it didn't work out. Some casual on the verge of going up 2-2-0.
Yeah, momentum heavily in favor of Rashid here, and another great reaction to the dive kicks with the EXDP from Rashid. 2? Oh, I thought it was going to be 3, honestly.
I did too. I got baited as well. I think Frieza also thought it was going to be 3, but it was a cross-up instead. And now, look at you stuck in the corner. Do not let him get the perfect. Do something. Finally gets the hit. Frieza showing there's a lifeline. Barely. Has super. Can you get anything going for yourself here, but no, the wake up, you thought there was going to be an EX, you delayed your button, you got counter hit instead. Some casuals up 2-0. Or maybe you just missed your meeting and got counter hit, I don't know.
Yeah, well, again, it's a tough situation when you're staring down the barrel of so little health and the other guy's got EX bar to play with. Invincibility is always a threat there. And Rashid is definitely a big threat. Uncertain if Frieza is going to be able to find the answers here in time. Ooh, dropping the combos like that is definitely not the answer.
Still not a good start. Now you're in your corner, and now you're one more touch from Sun. The overhead's going to do it. It's going to be close here. If he's going to be able to get the damage, it's still not quite enough. One more, the pixel. Oh, he waited just outside of throw range, just outside of Kami's throw range. You have to appreciate that slight walk back that he did there right before the wake up from Frieza. And it's working, but no, the bait this time on the EXDP. Frizza's not out of it quite yet. Can they make it work? Has corner control.
Corner control, maybe with air quotes there. Back to the mid screen now after Rashid has escaped. Life advantage for Frieza at the moment, but some casual trying to get their maul started. No, Frieza staying true to their buttons.
Let's go!
And that's enough.
Got a round on the board.
Final round.
Yeah, like I said, round on the board here, and a lot of meter to play with coming into this next round as well.
You cannot deny the moral victory here for Frieza, and you can see that it is clearly having some sort of impact here on how Frieza is playing and how confident they are, having now won at least a round. Can they convert into a full game here? Has some casual gotten too cocky? You gotta keep watching to find out here. Nice tech though. In the corner is Frieza, and this is where we see him fall apart, but check it.
Yeah, forget moral victories. Let's take real victories here. Woke up with the button, found the counter hit jab. Very close to victory here, but needs an extra touch. Frieza needs to be careful. Some casual is still dangerous with all this bar. Oh no, caught reaching.
Out of the corner at the very least, you gotta appreciate that, but no getting clipped on the reversal. You can't get too greedy if you're Frieza here. You gotta make sure that you're playing very carefully. You gotta make sure that you're not taking too much, but no, the cross up. Oh.
Yeah, close to being able to take that round there, but some casual came roaring back with their own activation and made everyone know that Rashid is not to be trifled with.
And all it took was that one or two situations for, Frieza to not feel confident in going for the win, to have to feel like they need to fall back, for some casual to take advantage of that and be like, oh, you're not going to pressure me, you're not going to try to go for the win, I'm going to go for the win, and just kept turning every situation for themselves. What is this music? This is godlike. What are the horns in this song?
I believe this.
Yeah, I had no idea that Street Fighter V had this one. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
This is godlike. But we're going right into it. Everybody that are tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. I know I appreciate it. Sniffles appreciates it. I'm going to speak for everybody here. Ragmuffin appreciates it. We're going into winners finals. We got some casual versus Mataoja on the winner's side. We saw the Mataoja had the 3-1 victory earlier on the winner's side of top 8. Can he keep that consistent? Does some casual have that little trick? It's always that thing, right? You send somebody down into losers and they have kind of that epiphany moment when they come back to find you of like, I did this, and this wrong. I'm going to use all of that now. And sometimes you don't always want to use it immediately. You want to use it a little bit slowly, as a slow burn throughout the match, to make it kind of subtly in your favor as Mataoja kind of counter-adapts to you. But there might not be any counter-adaptation that Mataoja has to do, already starting off with a good lead.
Yeah, maybe starting off with lead here from Mataoja, but I can already tell you who's going to be the victor of this round. It's going to be, the Rashido theme kicking in. You know it. Into the corner.
3?
The hero.
Do I hear 4? I don't hear 4. All right. No 4 throws in a row. We'll see.
But once again, Rashid is dancing to his own tune here, getting checked a little bit, but not punished.
Yeah, too far for that punish. And you got the Shim Sham, and you were right to call it earlier that some casual, the Rashido theme, gonna give him that power up. Gonna take that first round.
Oh, close enough to punish. Rashid. Oh, swinging as well with the Fierce. We all know and love it. That said, Balrog's got something to say with that EX bar.
Yeah, the jab interrupt working well. They're going to be plus on the B skill enhance, dash, but you always have to be careful. There's going to be +2 at the very least with the regular, maybe +1. Can't quite remember off the top of my head, but here we go. Some casual not letting it bother him, but definitely should wake up target combo. And here we go. Mataoja can definitely get his V-Trigger activation going. Might not even need it getting punished though. Here we go. Party time for some casual.
Yeah, some casual trying to get their party started, but Mataoja called the cops on them earlier for the noise complaint, stuffed them in the mouth with the EX straight.
No backdash for you.
Yeah, that said, some casual does have a lot of meter to play with. Less so here for Mataoja, but oh my goodness, crush counter.
Didn't really have the meter to follow, but definitely going to punish that dodge kick attempt. But here's the big crush out the corner, and this is where it could all turn around. Oh! Got under on that dash. I can't believe it. Mataoja trying to avoid all these situations, but some casual still getting a little bit of work out of this V-Trigger. Maybe not much, but definitely enough.
Oh! And a crush counter there on the V-shift.
Oh, he's trying to go for the shimmy, but Mataoja mashed and caught him, stayed in front, but can he make it work? Oh no!
And the zoom in on the final hit there, letting you all know about that 340 damage in a single moment.
I don't believe it, oh my goodness.
Alright, finding the critical, crouch medium punch into the dash straight, CA to follow. Great timing.
I cannot believe that Mataoja found that opportunity. He's going to go up 1 in the set already. 2 more and he'll make this tournament over quick and done. But what does some casual have to say about it? Not a lot of
say too much while getting crush countered.
Yeah, absolutely. Not plus on that, kind of charge up there. Instead getting punished for it. Some casual still not quite able to get the most of these situations, but here we go. The crush counter into activation, trying to push Mataoja into a corner. There we go, but instead rolls himself in.
Yeah, okay. Some casual taking the life advantage now, doing their best to stick to Mataoja, but Mataoja sticking to him now.
Is it death? Oh, it is!
Wow, that damage? Really?
I think Rashid is a little bit low in the health department nowadays, and that cost him there on that command grab.
Oh, wow, and a fat cross under there, stand heavy kick to make that extra painful. But some casual pushing it back to the mid screen with an EX bar. What the? Okay, maybe accidentally put themselves in the corner. No worries, all part of the plan. Okay. Airman. Oh, getting tagged by an EX straight, and once again, thought they were in range for the punish. They were not. Oh, but spaghettied into the corner.
Yeah, miss time on the medium. That can definitely be a terrible situation, but we're going to get a raw activation out of some casual. Will we get one out of Mataoja? No, he tried to delay throw to catch the roll through, but it's not going to work for him. Some casual is one step ahead, delayed that little roll that he did. And maybe he didn't do it all and did a dash instead, but that's going to be a round for some casual. Can they convert into a full game?
Well, the corner situation is looking pretty good for them so far. And a neutral jump on the dash straight as well. Say it ain't so. Okay, lots of corner pressure here. Mataoja busting out with the EX bar.
Yeah, the stun going down is going to be a terrific win for him, but he still has to make up a large life deficit here, but got the bait there right. Was too far to get the punish, but instead with punish attempt. But some casual affected, taking the game there, tossing in the corner like, I don't even know.
Yeah, confidence building here for Rashid, methinks. Has finally managed to get their maul going, and once that maul is going, Balrog is definitely lacking a little in the defense department. Ain't no EX reversals here available.
Yeah, so it'll definitely be interesting to see how Mataoja kind of counter-adapt. But I talked about it earlier, Mataoja is very good at adapting, so when you make these incremental changes, it can be very difficult. But right now, some casual making big changes.
Yeah, the initial rock, paper, scissors on the round start there, going in favor of Rashid. Crush counter to start, but Balrog trying to get their mojo going. Activation first from Rashid. Oh, and gigantic jump-ins as well.
Yeah, the dive kick versus regular jumping game has worked out really well for some casual, both against Kerg and Mataoja, but just look at how Mataoja is just patient in this corner, will deal with the fact that you're trying to neutral jump every single time, but not enough. You need one more pixel. You should have spent the bar. Now you might pay for it.
Oh, okay. Still had the command grab on deck. Didn't even notice, but a little bit of V-trigger to spare. Mataoja is going to put another round on the board. Lots of meter to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what Mataoja's going to do with it. We thought early on that he used it to close out a clutch situation. And that might be the same thing if he's able to get some more damage on some casual here. But I think we're going to see some EX meters come out instead.
Oh my goodness. This is definitely some Guilty Gear movement if I've ever seen it with the EX dive kicks.
Mataoja dash straight.
Oh!
He got baited on the neutral. That's going to be a rough one here. When are we going to see the activation? There it is in the target combo. And the mash out right afterwards into activation. Of course, going to throw the tornado. But yo! He grabbed him through?
No kidding. Okay, definitely some exciting options here. Mataoja trying to keep themselves alive, stand true to their defense, but getting tagged by the mixer.
The command game was ridiculous, but I just don't know what Mataoja did at the end of that round that got him clipped so badly.
Well, counter hit something. Some casual will definitely take it. Mataoja getting EXDP'd in the face here while trying to pressure. Corner situation for Rashid, but a nice neutral jump there. Okay. Wow, the checks looking great for Boxer so far. Rashid trying to get their maul started here, and they will find the touch. Corner situation, V-reversal immediately though.
Oh, no delay tech. That's here for some casual, but it's not enough in the end. The EX dash punch just clipping. I believe some casual trying to jump in the air again. Already going to be 2 up for Mataoja, trying to make this kind of quick here, a repeat of what we saw in winners, where it was 1 game for Mataoja, 1 game for some casual, and then 2 more for Mataoja. I wonder if we're going to see a similar streak this time, or if Mataoja's going to wake up here in game 3 and game 4 and just take it rapidly. Alright, and there is the stun. Let's see what's going to come of it here. Going to dash straight 1 time. Gonna spin the bar. I wouldn't quite agree with that. Has still plenty of damage, but when some casuals teching like that, it can be difficult. But here we go. Mataoja did confirm his kill, and that means that he has to now deal with whatever some casual can put together here on offense. The V-trigger is out, but you still have to guess a button or an EX or a block. Neither comes. A jab from Boxer. Now some casual is in dire situation.
Yeah, dire situation, you say. Set point here for Mataoja, and it seems that Rashid is having a hard time pinning down their boxing opponent here. Nice little punish on the dive kick.
There's the activation here. Got 1 hit on the tornado, but I feel like that's part of just Mataoja's game. It's just like, I'll get hit by the tornado, so they have no idea what to do with it.
Oh wow, lots of scrambling situations here, but Mataoja is going to get the better of it. No, busting out with the XDP.
Yeah, scrambling DB, but finally the neutral jump baiting out the throw, and that's going to be a wait for another curse for us if they can close these rounds.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Some casual managing to get more of their game plan going, establishing the 50-50s there on the air approach. Oh, but getting tagged now. There we go. Oh my goodness, wow. Neutral jump's working out so well here for Boxer. But the stand heavy kick still finds its mark eventually. Activation, corner situation, no bite on the throw tech there. Okay. Oh, and maybe a little scared of the command grab. Some casual getting slapped by the stand heavy kick into the V-Trigger 2 sequence, and Mataoja is going to take it home there. That's going to be 3-1 in favor of Boxer. Making Mataoja your grand finals winner.
Yeah, that's going to be our tournament tonight, folks. Excuse me. Well done for Mataoja. We're getting some congratulations out in the chat from Kerg. Love to see it. Some casual played really well tonight. Had a lot of good plays against a lot of the players, but Mataoja was just that extra level above. I mean, what else can you expect from like a Wednesday night fight finalist and champion, an Intel, world champion, kind of not champion, but finalist. A lot of good press and good things to say about Mataoja, and so big congratulations for him for winning another West Coast SF5 tournament here for the online local. But that's a tournament. I've been Nogarimi. I've been joined by
Ragmuffin here, and
this has all been hosted by Sniffles. Absolutely big shout outs to him. Make sure that you give him a follow, and if he has a sub button, make sure that you sub him, but he doesn't have one, so just follow him, give him all the love.
If you saw something cool, clip it.
Absolutely, that'll help us share clips throughout the week, and make sure that you also follow, my two lovely, my host and my co-commentator on Twitter, and they'll tell you where they can find you. But I'm at Nogaremi, Nogarremi, and Ragmuffin. Where can people find you?
I am at Dave Perry's on Twitter, so that's Dave Perry's.
DAVPARRIES.
Yeah, they could figure it out, I'm sure.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And Sniffles?
Just at Sniffles.
All right, not even gonna spell it out. It's on your screen in case you don't know. So
it's a channel.
Huge
Solidarity.
Congratulations. Are we gonna send it anywhere? Or are we just gonna end it? You got somebody special that's gonna end it, Sniffles? If you got like a Billy D.
No, I have no one unless someone wants me to send y'all somewhere.
Y'all got about 20 seconds to post where we're going to raid. Otherwise, Sniffles will just end the stream. So I'll keep vamping until I see something come in through the chat. But I have to, give a huge shout out to everybody that came in through tonight to enter, to watch, whether it was Street Fighter V or Guilty Gear. It was a huge and awesome bracket for both of them. And it was always fun to see some of the new faces come through, right? I love Laser. It's super great to see her come through, and instead of Seville, who's usually from that household. It's great to see somebody new from that household, and a couple of other places like CRITICALFART come on through, and Strive. I know there was a huge bunch of people. I saw that Hotoshi was in it, Solstice was in it, more Guilty Gear people that I just don't know. I'm so sorry, but it was a huge bracket, the 129 person bracket for Guilty Gear. That's kind of ridiculous. And they finished it in like record time. They finished in like 3.5 hours. So huge shout out to everybody that helped out on that Guilty Gear tournament.
All right, Sniff, are we still hosting, folks?
Nobody gave a suggestion, so we just end it.
How about this one-time hero? They are
one-time hero. Yeah, sure.
Broadcasting what looks to be I don't know, somewhere around either I can't tell if it's a bronze or a gold guile, and looks like a good time. So
yeah, let's go make their night. So let's go ahead and raid them, and we got a little bit of a downtime to raid them. So always, I want to give much love to the people that tuned in for tonight. I know we were down at 2, we hit like 39, and then a bunch of the people that were watching Guilty Gear said I'm not into Street Fighter and kind of left, but I appreciate those of you that stuck around and that are going through on this raid with us. So much love to all of you. I've been Nogarimi. I've been joined by Ragmuffin and Sniffles, and I hope y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Alright, looks like it's hosted successfully.
All right, I definitely got tired and kind of dozed off.
Yep.
You know,
Me